This is our ROI, and he's our AI assistant. And that's one of the core things that I'm going to cover in this presentation today, is the fact that this is not another version of ChatGPT, right? That is not what askROI is actually designed to do. What we are working on here is building an AI platform for an AI advantage. Okay, perfect. So who am I? I know I've been on a lot of panels, but I haven't actually formally introduced myself. So my name is Aoife Roche, an Irish name everyone struggles to pronounce, and the spelling doesn't help anyone, okay? So if you think of FIFA, the football, and then take the F off, you've got Aoife. So I'm an AI strategist and a marketing consultant. I have 2 companies myself, and like I said, I sat in similar seats to where you are today last year, and I heard Todd talk about his plans for what he wanted to do in the AI space. And that's really what piqued my interest, because I knew with what's happening in industry right now that the AI game is changing very, very rapidly, and every business owner and entrepreneur wants and needs. It's not even a want, right? This is not discretionary, it's mandatory. The fact that you want to be looking at doing an AI integration. I'm a former corporate executive. I did in the UK, I've done over 100 million in large-scale tech transformational change, working for companies like HSBC, Barclays, Dell, and then I finished and took on my entrepreneur journey after leaving Capgemini. So our why at askROI, and I think this is really, really important, right? Our mission is to create an AI platform that is going to give you tools and assistance to help you make your business more productive. Our core focus is helping users work smarter, not harder. We want to help you to save time, to save energy, and to save money. Hands up who would like to save some time, energy, and money. That is our core mission. And we measure our success by how much you can leverage these tools to solve real-world scenarios, okay? This is about actually leveraging AI to make you more efficient in your business. So AI is not going to replace you, and I cannot really tell you how important this statement is. It is not going to replace you, but a person who has learned how to leverage AI is going to replace you. So every one of you here at this conference is getting an opportunity to join the askROI platform for free in order so that you can actually start to leverage AI in your business. So what makes askROI different? Because people go, is this just like ChatGPT? I'm like, yes, we do have multimodal. So we are supported, have all of the other LLMs in the platform, but the whole objective of the platform is that we solve real-world scenarios. So we have intelligent LLM routing. What that means is when you would do a query on the platform, it will look which LLM to send it to. So you do not need to have 10 subscriptions to all of the LLMs. You can have 1 subscription with the askROI platform, and your any query that you put in will be routed to the LLM that we believe is going to give you the best answer. There is access to a private LLM so that you can secure your data, and you can have it in files and folders on the platform. You can turn on and off web search. I'm going to walk through that demo and show you exactly how that works. There's also AI task assistance. We have pre-built hundreds of prompts. We're building assistants that are actually going to help you to solve real business problems. There's knowledge bases and integrations. Within the knowledge bases, so imagine Google Drive, but it's like a Google Drive within the askROI platform where you can upload all of your documentation, all of your company information, you can put in links, and all of that can be stored directly in files and folders. We also have integrations available where you can link out and link up your Google Drive so that you can pull the data from your drive onto the platform. And every week we're building more and more integrations. We have collaborative workspaces. So you can set up workspaces on the platform where you can have different levels of access. So for example, if I have my sales or my forecasting, I may only want the people on my C-suite or on my accounting team to have access to that. You can set up a workspace, add users to that, and use the generative AI to interrogate your Excel spreadsheets, and all of that can be in either a private folder, which is only to you, or you can share it to key team members within your platform. And we have affordable enterprise solution and a free plan for anyone who actually wants to join. So I'm going to talk about at the beginning of the year, because I like real world scenarios, right? I'm a show rather than tell person. At the beginning of the year, I started to look at government contracting, right? This was a whole new thing for me coming from Ireland. I was like, so you mean the government is going to pay me money to supply the services that I already supply? I can become an actual service provider for the government. So I thought, okay. And they said, of course you want to do that. And I was like, okay, tell me a little bit more. They said they're the only customer that you're ever going to have that absolutely has to spend their budget. They're the only customer you're ever going to have that doesn't work on weekends, will never call you after 5 o'clock, and never work on holiday. I said, where do I sign up? This is my ideal client, right? So I went and I started to do my research, and I started to look at the amount of money that was being allocated by the government for small to medium businesses. So what you'll see here, there are multiple categories. You have small business, disadvantaged business, veteran-owned business, women-owned business, and hub zones. How many of you have an office in a hub zone right now? Okay, just a handful, right? I would encourage all of you to do your research about hub zones that are in your area. There are actual set-asides in the government where they will look based on the zip code of where your business is that you can actually apply to give services to the government. So look at the trajectory here, 2019, and I'm just going to pick small business, and small business for the government is under 25 million in revenue, okay? Just so you know, right? So, you know, unless anyone's doing over 25 million, then we're all good right now. So you started in 2019 with $132 billion being allocated to small businesses, right? And now in 2023, $178 billion has been allocated for small businesses. Tell me how many people in here are actually registered to do government contracting? Exactly, right? What we see happening, the spend is going up and the number of business registering is going down, right? And that is something that I really felt compelled to want to have a look and try to change that. So I started to look at government contracting very naively, thinking, okay, this will be easy. It is not easy. The level of documentation that they actually require is enormous. The RFPs that you have to look at can be anywhere from 30 to 100-page documents. And I was like, this is enormous. Now I can understand why small business owners are not doing this. It's just too much of an overhead. So then I thought, there has to be a better way. And what I started to do was to build out an AI-powered bid management tool within the askROI platform. And that's actually what I'm going to show and demo you today. I'm actually going to show you live how we're actually leveraging the platform to help us to work more with these government contracts. So this is the askROI platform. I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough of the platform so you can see. So the first thing that we have, when you look here on the left-hand menu, we have this concept of knowledge bases. So the knowledge base here is where you can upload all of your directory files and folders. You can put in your company information, you can put in your protected IP, you can put in any information that you want, and it stores it in a single repository that you then can refer. We also have our prompts, which we've preloaded, where there are absolutely hundreds of prompts that to do with anything that you could imagine the team have built prompts for. So you'll see here a long and lengthy list of all of these prompts, so you don't have to worry about becoming an expert prompt writer. We have built them, and as we get feedback from you guys as users, we are building more and more prompts. You'll see here that we have AI assistants, and this is where we're really getting into it. We are now building out suites of assistants that are going to execute tasks. So any problem that you have in your business or anything that's taking a lot of time, we're building out these assistants that are pre-trained to execute on the tasks. We have integrations going out into Google Drive, and we're building out suites of integrations, whether it's a Zapier integration, whether you want an integration to Canva, whether you want an integration to proposal management software. We're building out these integrations with the view and the vision that we are going to build out autonomous assistants that can execute automatically and then be able to go out and integrate with different softwares. And then we have the concept, like I talked about, with workspaces, where you can assign different workspaces in your organization. And within those workspaces, you have the concepts of your folders, and those folders are private folders and share folders. So that is the overlay of the platform from the outside in. Let's look at actually what the platform does. So what you'll see here, I have built, and you'll see the work in progress. We have our government contracting suite of assistants. My next vision is grant writing. Who here would like AIs that would write their grants for them? Absolutely, right? That's what we're building here. We're not just building about government contracts, we're building grants. And I spoke to someone earlier and I said, I am a problem solver. If you come to me with a problem, and I will find or at least I will do my best to find a way where we can actually automate this for you. How can we make things more simple so that we can actually work smarter, not harder? So the first part of the process for government contracting is you go on sam.gov and you search within your industry or space, depending on your NAICS code, and there's an RFP document, which is probably anywhere from 30 to 50 pages. And I'm going to just show you an example of one here, just so that you can see the scope of work. And I'm not showing you this to scare people, but I do want people to see and understand the level of work and why that $178 billion is going to the big guys and not going to the small to medium business owner. So here is an average RFP, and this is actually a small one, right? So this is one of the documents that they look at. This was my first problem. I was like, I don't want to read that document, right? I don't want to have to go through that document. That looks like an exhaustive amount of time. So what we've done here is we have built and pre-trained an assistant to actually take the RFP and read it for me. And I'll just click, and then I'll enter, and then it'll go up. So what it's doing right now, it is taking that file and it is reading based on the instructions that I've actually provided it. So now you start to see it's coming up, it's giving me all of the RFP information, the release date, and all of this is pre-trained and pre-programmed. Did you see me write a prompt? No. So this is a pre-trained assistant, and we can do this for any use case that you have. So it's coming out and it's giving me a complete list of everything that I actually need. And then it's asking me whether I want more information. I'm just going to say yes. And now you can see that it's actually building out what are the qualification requirements, the experience requirements, the technical requirements, the primary requirements. It's giving me every piece of information. Normally, this could take your team 5 to 7 days to go through and get all of this information. This is now taking me less than 5 minutes. Who would like to be able to read RFPs in 5 minutes? Yes, okay, good. So now I have my RFP, which I'm like, okay, that's great. Now I need to understand what I need to do with that RFP. So the next thing that we look at with the RFP is a checklist. When you submit anything into the government, the first thing that they actually do is they have a checklist and they check the criteria against the checklist. If you have a single error and there's one omission, then it can just be shelved. All of your work is redundant and wasted. So what we want to do is we want to ensure that we know exactly what it's actually doing. So again, I'm just loading up my RFP, and I could have this in a knowledge base, but for the purpose of the demo, I just wanted to show you. And then I'm loading up my RFP, and now it's going to give me a checklist of everything that I need that I can now share with my team. And I'm going to show you something pretty cool here. And I say, so you see here, it's giving me all of the checklists and submission. Again, I ask you a question. Did you see me write a prompt? No. So this is where the AI assistance that we're building on the platform makes this a revolution in comparison to what you're seeing on the other generative AI platforms. I don't need you to become a prompt engineer. We are the prompt engineers, and we are committed to making this simple for the business owner, for them to be able to actually leverage it. So now you can see it's giving me my checklist and everything that I need to know with regard to what I need to do. So let's say, I say, okay, now I'm actually going to have someone on my team go and make sure that we have everything on the checklist. The platform allows me to now save. I can either save the entire thread, or I can just save the answers. So I'm going to put this in a checklist, and I can enter here, and I can put it into a folder which I created in my file and folders earlier, and then I can decide who has access to that file or folder. I can have a private file or folder, or I can have a shared. With the shared folder, I can then add my team to the platform so that they can go in and look at my shared folder. What does that do? It gets rid of the need to have to email people, text them. I just uploaded a document, I put it on the drive. No, now we just give them access to the folder, and then with our integration, as we move forward, with a Slack integration, there'll be a ping that goes to them to say, Aoife has just uploaded a document in there that you need to look at. Again, all about saving more time. So now I've read the RFP, probably here 10 minutes. I've read the RFP. Now I have my checklist. So now I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to green light that I'm actually going to move forward with this particular RFP. So now I need to have a table of contents. I want to make sure that my table of contents is going to be accurate. Again, I just quickly move in here, and I load it up, and it's going to give me the format and the structure for me to be able to actually understand exactly how I want to lay out the document. And here we go. Now it's laying out exactly everything that I need in order to be able to create a solid checklist. So now we've read our RFP, we've done our checklist, we have our table of contents, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to say, I actually want to write the proposal. I'm going to go in again, load up my document again, and I'm going to let it know. And what it's going to do, because I have all of my company information preloaded. Did you see me mention anything about attention grabbers anywhere? Did anyone see me put in any information about that? That is my marketing agency. Because I built out a knowledge base that has all of my company information, the assistant now knows I'm going to go and check in her knowledge base and source out all of the information that I need in order to be able to help her to write the RFP. So we're really trying to simplify that process for you. So then I can just click on putting on, and it'll start putting together and helping me to write this RFP. Normally, when we started this, it was on average 14 to 21 days it was taking us to actually write these RFPs. We are now down to, we are doing one every 5 days, which means over the course of the, give that a round of applause. So over the course of the next 12 months, I am going to submit 52 bids into the government with the hope, it's normally a win rate of about 1 in 5, with the hope that I would win 10. The average order value for these government contracts can be anywhere from 50,000, some can be a little bit lower, but we can say 50,000 up to millions of dollars, right? But I'm not having to put in any much effort now because I'm able to leverage the power of the askROI platform to help me to write these proposals. So I'm just going to take out just a subtext because this is generative AI. So I can just take out this subtext, and I can just copy and paste this, and now it's starting to write out the actual bid for me. And we just go through it, and we iterate, and we iterate, and we iterate, right? And it's very, very simple. Every time that I'm getting an answer that is perfect, that matches my tone, my style, my brand, like we talked about earlier, I just pop down here, and I save this, and I'm going to put this into services. And again, I'm just going to add this here and have my team notified that Aoife has now just dropped something in and put this all together. We also have another one which will actually do a comparison between the RFP document and the submission document. Because a lot of times with these big lengthy documents, you're not always sure that you have everything in it. So it'll then go and I'll put in both of the documents, and it'll cross-check and tell me if I've omitted any details out of the RFP. And that is what is really, really revolutionary, because I'm now not having to spend exhaustive time trying to do this. And my mission and vision and what we're trying to do here is to make real-world business scenarios accessible to people. So I'm going to show you, just as an example, one of the RFPs that we actually just finished, and then I'm going to show you something a little bit extra. So here is one of the RFPs that we created. I'm going to start from the top just so that you can see the sheer length of these documents, where you can see here, from rolling down with every single table of contents, my letter of transmittal, all of the information that we read. So just rolling down just to give you the scope of this, how long these documents actually are. However, I did not write this document. The AI wrote the document, and I proofread it, and I adjusted it and changed it. But I am, like I said, I'm a show rather than tell person. I know a lot of people in the room here that I've worked with. I will never present a solution to anybody unless I've actually done it, right? It is a core value that I have to have proven the model before I'll ever sell it. Because people have been asking me, they've known what I've been working on, and they've been asking me, can we get access to this? And I was like, not until I prove the model that this can actually be done. And I want to just open up here and move to this slide. And the exact RFP that you just saw me working on now has, with Santa Clara County, last Friday, we have now won to become the preferred supplier for digital marketing and service with the first AI-generated bid that we have ever done. And the other thing that I would also like you to look at the duration of the contract. November 30, 2029, okay? So it is very important, and I'm just going to open up this one because I also think this is important. This AMF Media Group has so much more past performance than me, but the only difference between me and them is time. They've had more time to submit more documents, and we came in second place with an AI-generated bid from the askROI platform. And this is what I want for every single one of you who wants to get involved in government contracting, grant writing. We at askROI are absolutely committed to making these technologies available to every one of you to give you back your time, your energy, and your money. So what we're going to do as part of for the conference, we do have enterprise agreements. There is going to be discounted pricing for the enterprise agreements for anyone who signs up here at the conference. I will be around for the next 2 days. Feel free to come up and talk to me if you're interested in learning more. And also if you have a problem, if you have a use case, if you have something that you want to understand, can this be done by AI? I encourage you, please do come and speak to me, because I do want to solve these real-world problems for you. So please just scan that QR code. That QR code will actually put you in where you can get booked in for a direct call with me for our enterprise. So if any of you have an interest in learning a little bit more and want to actually figure out how you can get access to $178 billion, then I am more than happy to help you, and the team at askROI are also happy to help you. There has been brochures handed out also. We are also going to be running 2-day workshops where you can actually bring us into your organization, where we will help you to evaluate what you're actually doing in your business and how you can successfully do an integration with the askROI platform and our team. Well, that is it for the askROI demo, and I'm looking forward to chatting to every one of you after.